Hey guys. Hello. How you guys doing today? Look at my hair. Whew. Welcome to Infamous Sylvie channel. Let me say hello to the folks in the chat. Hello everybody. Hello. Let's see who's in here. Hello, Wynette. Hello, Nosy Rosie Grant. Hey, Lady Coltrane. Let's see. Hey, Trissy. Hey, Miss Green Eyes. Hello, do you boo? I like that. Hey, sis. Hello. Here for the update. That's right, sis. Okay. Hey, Micah. Micah. Hey, Charlotte. Hey, Ashley. T Girl. Bree. Let's see, anybody else? Okay. Those that has not said hello to everybody. I gotta do a blanket hello everybody. I'm waiting for my little co-host to come on today. I have my daughter who's gonna be my co-host. She wanted to get hey Teresa. Hey Miami Day. I'm doing well. Doing well, guys. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes as other folks get in here because I got some stuff to tell y'all. And I got some stuff to show you guys too. Can you guys hear me? I just want to make sure my mic check, mic test one. My mic sounds nice. Check. 1 second, guys. 1 second. I had to push my chair up because I look like a little shrimp down there. And I'm not a shrimp, you know that, right? I'm pretty tall. All right, guys. Hello, everybody. Hey, Saucy. How are you? Well, while I wait for my co-host, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys a little bit of what occurred today. You guys know today was first day of the trial officially supposed to start, right? But let me tell you, there was no opening argument whatsoever. She's asking a question. There was no opening argument whatsoever because they're still doing jury selection. Okay. Remember yesterday or earlier today, I told you guys that basically how it's working out. The first set of jurors, remember there's 600 jurors, right? 200 came on Wednesday, 200 on Thursday, and 200 on Friday, right? Well, the 200 that came on Wednesday came back this morning regarding hardship. You know, hardship is anything that would prevent them from being able to stay on a jury because a jury, the time frame for being on this jury is anywhere from 6 months to 9 months, or even I'm not gonna say a year, but 9 months. So they're trying to find out because that's really hard for a person to stay on the jury for that long without income. Because you get the bare minimum being on jury as a juror. You get bare minimum, and can this person survive on a jury for that length of time? So that's what it's for. Yeah, she says $25 a day. So can that person, would it cause a great hardship on that individual if they stay on this jury for the full length of time? So I know as of Friday there were 8 who right off the bat told them no, they can't do it. They might have some sort of circumstances. All kinds of things could arise. It could be someone's has take care of an elderly parent or elderly child, only the breadwinner of the household, or the job will not allow, even though they would give them the time, but there are companies who are like mom and pop type of companies. They can't afford to keep you out that long and be able to keep your position. So, um, and I think by law they're supposed to be able to keep your position, but I'm not too sure about that. But 6 months is pretty long for anybody. So, the likelihood of a majority of the people saying no, they can't do it is there. Okay. Hey, Sammy. So, that is what is going on today. Okay. When we got there this morning, when I got there, you've seen some people on the outside. There was a group of people who were doing some sort of, like rallying, not rallying, but showing support, playing the music out there. First of all, anybody who decide to want to come out there and do some sort of protesting and things like that, you cannot do it on the government property. Okay, you could be arrested, or other things will happen to you. Because remember, there's a whole bunch of law enforcement outside the building. So if you're doing anything, rest assured you probably will be arrested. Anything that's like against the legal or against proper protocol. Okay. In fact, I've seen people who park their cars. You will get towed in a hot second. I've noticed several cars have gotten towed out there. Even if you put out your car there for a few minutes, but right away, those police officers are ready. Snap your car, get the tow truck company, and take it away. So then I am told that there were some bloggers that came to court today and they were turned away. I don't know how true that is, but I was told that they were turned away. There was a lot of people who was trying to get in, um, but they were turned away. So I don't know what was that all about, but that's what I found out. Okay, now um, the other thing I wanted to talk about, um, so the actual trial itself probably won't start for another 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks, like the opening arguments and things like that. That probably will not start for several weeks, because even though they're trying to push it, but there's a lot of hiccups that's going on. Okay. Randa asked the question regarding about the them playing it, like having live coverage. Um the likelihood of live coverage, like real time, probably won't happen. Okay. But showing it after court is over, I think that's the way they're going to continue doing that. Okay. So and I think it's because I'm not too sure. I think it's because the type of case it is. It's a Rico case, right? So think of a Rico, organized crime. So I'm just giving you, there might be thinking that the possibility of someone coming to do something is high. That's why it's really a lot of security, a lot of protocols going. You can't walk a certain area. If you do, there are going to be questions and all that kind of stuff. Do you know who's recording it and where it can be seen? The only company that I know that is there, only network that is there that is recording is WSB TV, channel 2 here. And then the others are sharing it, like they might send the feed to CNN, to Fox and all these other outlets, Fox, CNN, there's another one, Fox, NBC, all of those, they're gonna get it that way. And that's where it would be seen. And even Court TV would have it as well. They would have it as well. Now, I was marking down what else I have to say on that. Now, I have some like news to tell you. And I'm not going to use names because I want to protect the anonymity of those individuals. I might say a person, and I will not reveal anybody's name, nobody's likeness, or anything like that, because I can't do that, because for their own protection and for their own anonymity, because it's not fair that I would reveal certain things about these individuals. Okay, as you guys know, that I have been in the courtroom and I have been really in the trench of it all, right? And so I really want to protect those individuals' identity and things like that, because they trust me, and I would definitely not portray their, just violate their privacy, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So I'm not in that type of arena. I want to hurt anybody, right? And that's why I feel they trust me, and that's the reason why they're willing to speak with me about certain things. Okay. This is Young Thug. If you notice, the title is all about Young Thug's case. This is all the case. This is only about Young Thug. Okay. This is the case that I am working on. All right. Now, guys, I don't know where to begin. Today was a day that was full of, when I say drama, I walked in and there was a heck of a lot of drama. Okay, there are 14 different defendants, right? And a lot of those defendants have children, right? And a lot of them have multi baby mamas, right? And this time, some of them may not have ever been in each other's presence, right? There was a lot of emotion, a lot of estrogen, a lot of hormonal factors, a lot of things that's been going on. A lot of things that has been going on, right? Well, when I walked in this morning, there were some in your face type of action that was going on today, right? There was some even the officer had to kind of step in a couple of times, and I understand, because they're in a situation and they're upset about what's happening and things like that, and all of a sudden they see both parties, both 2-3 different mamas there, and it's like, ooh, why is she here? What is she doing here? That type of thing. That's what was going on. And it was crazy. It was crazy. And finally, emotions did calm down, and we got to the point of, it said, they were going to ruin it for everybody, because there was when I first started going there, it was a little bit more, I'm not going to say less restricted, but we knew what the rules were and we abided by the rules. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you come in, you give your phone in and you give your ID, and you don't go on about your business, right? There was an occasion where the officer caught an individual with a phone, supposedly caught an individual with a phone, and then things just started getting crazy. There's more people coming in, more people being emotional. A lot of people are emotional now, right? Okay, so that's that part about it. Anybody want to question? Remember I told you I'm all into anonymity. I'm not revealing who it was, what, none of that. I'm not doing that. But I'm just telling you, it's a lot of craziness that's been happening because of emotion, and you see different baby mamas. All this. It's crazy. It's crazy. It was like I'm like, ooh, all right now. I would like calm down. Don't get yourself in trouble here. Don't do it because you don't want to end up where your man is, right? Right? Makes sense, right? You don't want to because the kids need to be raised. Okay. So it was crazy. It was really, really crazy. Um so that's that part. Do you guys remember um the Caucasian district attorney? You remember her? The one that was caught on the hot mic about saying we wanted the leader. Remember that one? Remember that one? Well, guys, she quit. She is no longer at the DA's office. I don't know why she quit. I don't know if it has to do with the case. I don't know what happened, but she is no longer part of the case. She's gone. She quit. Okay. Well, they have multiple kids with multiple women. Watch them close the court to the public due to security. I hope not. Music's urgent. Surgeon. I hope not. I hope not. I hope they do not close it to the public. I really, really hope they don't do that because I really want to, still be able to come to the case. You said, wait, say that again. The young lady, remember the Caucasian lady that was on there? She was talking. Let me see if I can bring her up. Hold on a second. Let me see if I could bring her up on. I think her name was Miss Rosenberg, or something like that. But she was the one that was not the African American ladies, but the Caucasian young lady. Hold on a second. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can pull that one up for y'all. Hold on. See if I can get her. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna show you which one I'm talking about. Hold on a second. I'll show you which one I'm talking about. This one right here. See her? This is the one I'm talking about. Oops. See her, the one standing right there? You see that? I don't know if it's because she made that comment, but this is the one that's her right here. She no longer works there. She quit. I don't know if she was forced to quit. I don't know the details behind it, but she is no longer part of the DA team. Okay. So she said that's actually not a loss for them. LOL. Miss Love is the one that don't play. Yeah, but she's the one. She's gone. Okay. She is gone. Okay. That is that on that part. Now, as I got a couple of things I need to bring up to you guys. Okay. While I was there this morning, it was like a really boring morning for me. Very boring day. I stayed because they were doing the hardship, the the monitoring television and the visual the TV depicted visual was not on for us all day because with hardship, a lot of individuals was talking about their personal situation, so they did not allow that to go to the public. So we didn't get a chance to see any of that. Okay, but I told you I got lots of action on my side where I was at. Okay. Now, okay. Now, one of the actions that occurred was one of the dads came up and he was fuming. When I tell you he was fuming, he was livid because he had received a text message or a text message from his son, and the text message reveals some things that was not something that was to be tolerated by the father. I'm going to show you this, guys. And this is exclusive right here. I am going to show you exactly what the dad saw, received. Okay, hold on. Just 1 second, guys. Trying to open it up for y'all. Okay. Last week, Friday, I think is the day Friday this happened. The dad received this on this morning, and he was livid because his son was basically, okay, this is a letter from his son that was screenshot to him, and this is what he said. He says, early this morning before transport, I asked Officer Lynch, I had to use the restroom. Number 2. He had to do number 2, y'all. But he didn't take my cuffs off. They put me in a tank without toilet. 4 hours and 30 minutes. Plus, I begged to use the restroom and they refused to let me, making fun of me and throw me in the van, and I used it on myself, meaning that he crapped on himself. And I informed the captain, but I don't know the process, and I need my dad and you to call the jail so those officers are punished or wrote up. Okay? What happened is one of the officers, he mentioned that name, Officer Lynch, basically, I heard he hit him allegedly, because I don't know what I don't know what happened, but allegedly Officer Lynch hit him. And the dad came in, man. He was furiated. He was furiated. He was looking for the officer because he said he was going to he got bail. That's what he told us. He got bail, and that, don't nobody touch his child. No, Lynch is the white officer. The white officer. He's a white officer. Okay. But he was, when I say furious, he was so furious. He saw like red, right? And it was to the point you couldn't calm him down, right? So he ended up going to the captain, to the head police. And so they're investigating the situation. So the guy ended up using the bathroom on himself. He ended up using the bathroom on himself. I tell you, it's a lot of stuff going on, okay? Anybody have any questions on that? Share this video, everyone, everywhere. Thank you, Jesse, James, Joe. Okay, now, Our system is broken. It definitely is that you would treat someone as inhumane. And that same officer said, this is what the officer said a couple of days ago. That same officer said he wished they would all take plea deals because they would be able to go home. He was mad that they didn't take a plea deal because he wants to go home. It's crazy. It's really crazy. It's crazy. On a good note, a couple of entertainers was there. Ti was there. What's that guy? Mike was it? Somebody Mike. I want to say Magic Mike, but you know Magic Mike is with the dancing thing, right? What's his name? Do you know, guys? You know which Mike it is? Kill him. Is it Killer Mike? You sure it's Killer Mike? I didn't think it was Killer. It's Killer Mike? Okay. Y'all know more than I do. Yeah, I'm telling you, this rap game, I don't know. I don't know names. I don't know. I'm green as grass. I'm green as grass. Okay. But that officer was not there today. And I'm told that there is an investigation that's being set on that. But basically he hit him so hard that the guy messed on himself. That's what I'm told. So now, when I tell you there's so much drama is ridiculous. So much drama. I wish I could tell you all the drama that was going on. I wish I could tell you, but I'm the type of person I don't want, anonymity. So the is becoming all too familiar. Wake up, all the public people. Cry out. Oh, and also I want to show you guys, and because you guys remember last week the judge read the indictment, and also in the indictment he read the lyrics. There's a clipping that I'm going to show you guys. Shout out to Getty who shared this, and I'm going to share it on my live right here. It's something very interesting. 1 second. It's called Rap on Trial, because now they're allowing lyrics in from songs to be used against a person in a criminal case, right? So let's go play this.
For nearly half a century, hip-hop has become hugely popular worldwide, but it also is being viewed with suspicion by law enforcement, with lyrics sometimes used in criminal trials against artists. Here are some of the major companies in the music industry that have signed a petition against that practice. There's also legislation calling for it to be restricted. One current example of that's getting a lot of attention, the upcoming trial of rapper Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams. Prosecutors referenced several songs in his indictment. The Grammy-winning artist is charged with crimes related to gang activity and racketeering that are allegedly linked to murders and theft. He has pleaded not guilty. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry went to New Orleans to meet with a former rising star who saw his career come to a halt when lyrics were used against him in court.
This is something I wrote years ago in prison that kind of, this was my therapy.
If you meet McKinley Phipps now.
Welcome to a place called Easy. The food's real greasy, the blocks are hot. Women know up to heezy.
It's a far cry from the 20-year-old chart-climbing rapper known as Mac, signed to music mogul Master P's No Limit Records. His album Shell Shocked reached number 11 on the Billboard Top 200 in 1998.
It felt good to be a part of something that was big. It felt good to be a part of something that was recognized all around the world.
But in an instant, Phipps's rise came crashing down in February of 2000, when a 19-year-old man was shot during an altercation at Phipps's show at a nightclub in Slidell, Louisiana. He later died. Detectives eventually took Phipps into custody after witnesses said he had a gun.
I pulled my gun out when I ran toward the door, and that was probably the biggest mistake I ever made. I would later learn that because people saw me with this gun, that's kind of why people were like under the belief that maybe he did it.
Phipps was charged with first-degree murder.
It was all on MTV News. I never was on MTV until I caught a charge.
A member of Phipps's entourage admitted to the shooting, but he says that confession fell on deaf ears. During the trial, prosecutors zeroed in on the same lyrics that made Phipps a star.
The thing that you grew up loving to do from the time you was 7 years old gets brought forth front and center and used against you. Where's your mind? Do you say, that's not even what I said?
You took two different songs, spliced them together to make what you feel, to basically make the statement you wanted to make.
Murder, 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 kill, 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 kill.
One song was Murder, Murder, Kill, Kill, which was like a straight battle rap. The other one was a song called Shell Shock, and the line that they referred to was actually a line about my father. They said, this young man said, murder, murder, kill, kill. If you F with me, I'll put a bullet in your brain.
Not only do prosecutors cherry pick lyrics and decontextualize them to serve their own purposes, but they often do it without any knowledge or understanding of rap music at all.
Eric Nielsen, co-author of Rap on Trial and a professor at the University of Richmond, says rap lyrics have been used as evidence in more than 500 cases against artists since 1991.
In your studies,
Yep.
have there been cases in other genres where their lyrics have been considered in criminal prosecution?
Rap music is the only fictional form, musical or otherwise, that is targeted like this in the courts.
Nielsen says Phipps's case is one of the most egregious he's ever seen.
I'm not here to tell you that somebody is guilty or innocent. I'm only here arguing for a person's right to a fair trial. But I've always had one exception, and that exception is Mac Phipps.
A jury convicted Phipps of manslaughter and sentenced him to 30 years in prison. Former Georgia prosecutor Chris Timmons.
What do you think of the strategy of incorporating lyrics into prosecution as a whole, just as a strategy from a legal perspective?
I mean, if you've got a confession, whether that confession rhymes, whether it's set to music, you're going to want to use it if you're a prosecutor. Same thing with defense, you're going to want to keep it out. I mean,
Timmons, who had no connection to Phipps's trial, has tried more than 100 cases and has used rappers' music videos to link them to criminal street gangs.
I didn't use any of their lyrics. I didn't feel like any of their lyrics were relevant to this robbery. But what I did use was the lyrics and the video to show that these people have a relationship.
Phipps served 21 years of the 30-year sentence and was released from prison in 2021 after being granted clemency.
I can definitely say I'm more conscious of the messages that I want to convey to the audience. I would never censor myself, but I do value my words more.
Son of the city, I'm one with the gritty. I come from the slum, but I'm not one to pity.
Today, Mac is back. His album, Son of the City, debuted last October. His first project since coming home from prison.
I don't have too many songs, if I have any, about prison life. Because the whole time I was in prison, I was imagining myself free.
Never got high on the grind. I was born with the light, blame God when it shine. I'm divine, sprung from the belly of the beast. Home feel like I ain't been the belly in some weeks. If you know me.
Now, Phipps needs permission from a parole officer to leave Louisiana or even stay out past 9 p.m. to perform and travel across the country championing reform to the legal strategy. Lawmakers on the state and federal levels have introduced legislation to help protect art in trials as well. And guys, this is one of those things where people have put a lot of pressure on a lot of different legislations to try to step in to help here.
Yeah.
We've seen California do this. New York is considering legislation as well. And I talked about this. They're trying to bring this up on the federal level as well.
Yeah, because rappers believe it's a slippery slope.
Right.
Like once you start pulling their lyrics, then where does the fine line lay when it comes to artistic impression?
Right. And that was one of those things where we asked a lot of the rappers and, you know, up and comers as well. You have to tell the truth. There's that pressure to be genuine in your music.
And authentic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And while some have been in the past and said that may not have been my exact story, they're
Right.
influenced by what they've seen and what they've experienced. But to hear 500 cases since 1991 where lyrics have been used against, and mainly rap artists.
And only rap, yeah,
Right.
specifically targeting the rap industry. I also thought it was interesting when he said, listen, You know, someone else was arrested for confessed to the crime,
right?
And he's still convicted, and Mac is still convicted.
And now that's one of those things that he's working with, you know, the district attorney's office to try to, because he wants to be fully exonerated.
Of course,
this is a crime that he did not commit, and so that is one of those things where he's like, I have to keep fighting. I have to make sure that I'm able to be fully free, so I can get out and do what I love to do.
He did have a certain style, it sounds like, when
That's right.
based on what you showed.
Rapping from when he was 7 years old.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's a talent. Skylar Henry, thank you. Always good to see you in New York.
Yes, at the table. We like it.
Okay, everybody. Hey, there go my co-host, y'all. My daughter Dallas. She's like into rap, so you know I have to bring her on because you know this is not my forte. It's not. Hey, Dal.
Hey, I'm in here cooking, so if y'all hear the echo, I'm in the kitchen.
Okay. All right, guys. I really wanted to have a discussion on what we just heard just now because my question to you guys is, do you think it's fair that they're targeting one particular genre of music in regarding to this? Because they're not doing it to like a country music. And I'm not picking on the country music people. I'm not. But you know how sometimes they say they want to kill their wives and this, I want to murder her because she slept with Johnny down the street and all that. But they're not using the lyrics against them if something happened to somebody in that particular genre of music. What do you think, guys? Here's the link. I'm putting it in for you guys to come on in and just have a discussion about this. What do you think, Dal?
Sorry, Kobe making noise, but as far as like what do you mean?
You know, because it said there have been like 500 different cases where they use the lyrics in a song during a trial and to even get convictions, right? But majority of the genre of music has been rap and not any other kind of music background or anything like that. So what do you think about that? To me, it seems like it's culture, you know, because most rap is African American or someone that's not of a white persuasion or Caucasian. So it's more of, hey Marvin.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. I feel like the country people use their lyrics, but seem like rappers use it in every song, though.
You said rap use it in every song?
They use it in every song. And how long they're using it, I mean, some of the things that they're speaking on is actually happening. That's what bothers me about the whole situation.
So you think that everything, but what about if it's something like, say you heard something and then you put it into your song? That doesn't mean that you actually did that thing, but you heard it and then you put in your song and you applied it to yourself. So.
Well, when you hear about murder, you might need to be questioned about that, and if you're singing about it. I'm speaking on the murder part. I mean, like I say, we all can say things, but when you got bodies on the ground and you're talking some facts about it, I mean, that's kind of question now, though. I don't wish nothing bad on them, but you know, when you lay in mud, you can't step up out of it and say you've been clean all day. So
do
keep it 100.
Do you think it's fair that they use only this type of genre of music when someone that's singing?
No, I don't. You know what my problem is? I think the DA, she only talking to a certain group of people that's using that style of music from the looks of things. Because like you said, a lot of rappers use that style of music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else would like to give their opinion regarding to this? Because to me, I don't know. Just for example, when Mr. William was on my live and he was talking, remember I had asked him a question about was he Haitian? Remember that question? Right. And then he says no, he wasn't Haitian. But in the song that Young Thug sings, he talks about being a Haitian. That's what people assume, that he was a Haitian. But that was just lyrics.
I mean, I really feel what you're saying, but Man, Thug got himself in some shit, man, because if you listen at them lyrics, I mean, wow, these ain't no I seen the deputy shot the sheriff type lyrics, huh? These strong words these cats saying.
Dallas, what do you think since you listen to the music?
I think, I mean, like I see where Marvin is coming from as far as with the murder, but at the same time, I kind of think it's kind of like it's not fair as an artist. Like, you know, maybe this is them just talking about something, like you said, a story they heard, or, you know, they're just trying to vent, or, you know, just their mind, what's going on. So a lot of times I think when they use that stuff against them, it's kind of unfair, because it's like, this is what their fans want. This is what their fans like. They're not thinking, oh, this is going to be used in court, you know?
Yeah.
You right about that too. I mean, it's kind of like you kind of go both sides, but it's just the way they picking certain individuals. It's just showing more weight on their side with it than anything to me. And I feel bad for Thug because pretty much all the people that really did the killing is walking free, and just the man using his mouth. Shit, I mean, wow, that's pretty deep.
Okay. Karen Harris says heavy metal artists talking about killing people, drinking their blood, running drug. Come on now. What about them? They've never been charged, and no kind of stuff is happening with them. But you have a young Black individual
But his
that,
body's on the ground. Ain't no bodies on the ground. These white folks singing about. That's the only point I'm trying to make, though. They singing about stuff that you got dead bodies on the ground. They singing songs about this. You got people's houses getting shot up. They singing songs about this. I mean, this ain't no. I shot the sheriff and I'm drinking the devil blood type music, man. I mean, do you hear these lyrics they saying? I ain't wishing nothing bad on nobody, but I ain't finna put sugar on salt knowing it's gonna be bitter when I taste it again. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna look at it like I see it. They
well,
did some of this stuff and they just got caught up with it, and we trying to find it out hard because of the type of people we is to find forgiveness for them. But man, they were doing a lot of stuff out there in the street, baby.
do you hear? Okay, Randa just said, she says, well, Young Thug says some people tell him a story and he'll make a rap about it. What about that? Somebody's just telling him a story about this.
I like that because that's true too. People do tell stories and write songs about it. But I ain't never heard a song about a story and the body is actually on the ground about the song they sing. That's my point in it. I ain't saying that you know, a lot of rappers sing songs and and say stuff, but I mean a lot of this stuff these cats saying, you looking at it. I mean, how can you explain that is my point. How can you explain that? I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I think they just said too much, man, and maybe they knew too much. I don't know, but it's just adding up to seem like it's you don't even have to point the finger. You can just listen at the song and look at the people. It seems like it's self-explanatory.
So don't you think it's something personal then in regards to this whole case with Fanny?
I really do think it's something personal. I think it's something personal with that lady. I don't know why, but I just at the end of it, I just think it's something personal with her, the way she's attacking certain rappers. Let's just say that.
Okay, do you know one of the individuals that's part of this case? He had a case that he doesn't even know Young Thug. He don't know. He never been in his presence, but they added his case to the Young Thug's case because he lives in that area. Do you know that?
Well, see, the sad thing about it, that's the whole thing, the cherry on top. They can find one thing that this cat actually probably did, but with all the history and the surroundings of the type of stuff with the people he affiliated, they trying to put all this on him. That's my feeling. They don't want nobody but this guy. So I don't know why they talking to this guy. It must be something personal with that lady, because they letting too many people go that actually killed these people, man, just to get this guy. Yes, it's personal.
All right, Micah says they grew up on Cleveland. Killing goes on in the area, and that doesn't mean they killed the individuals.
That's true.
Hey, Getty.
That's so true.
Okay. I'm gonna read some of this stuff here that they have here. Keisha says that they went through or going through, That's why a lot of people can relate to rap music, because people are really going through the same thing these rappers went through and been through now. Okay. Getty, are you? All right. Randa says the one dude they got for murder, they said, oh, he was in a video where they rapped about the murder, saying it was the murder he committed. Dude didn't even rap. He was just posted, just crazy. See, Randa, you know more about this than I do, y'all. I am, like I told you guys, I am so freaking green. I am so freaking green about this whole case. So, I mean, I'm learning about the case, but actually the murders and things like that, I'm not in that from that area, so I'm learning a lot about this. So that's why I asked you guys, those that know music, to help me out, to help me to understand some of the stuff that's going on.
You're real professional with it. I give you that, baby.
Thank you. Thank you.
I definitely like your style and your conversation and the way you talk to people. I mean, stay on the level you on. You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you, Marvin. I appreciate it. Thank you. I guess I'm a little bit boring. I'm not like the rest.
No, because the rest of them, you don't have to sell all that to get people on your line. You just speaking true facts of what people want to hear. So you ain't boring to me at all.
Yeah.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Marvin. I mean, not Marvin. I mean, Getty. I can hear you.
Hey, Sylvia, how you doing?
I'm good, Getty. How you doing?
I am fantastic. Hello to the guest, the other gentleman, Marvin. How you doing?
How you doing, my brother?
I am great. I was trying to, get my audio together over here, but yeah, Sylvia, I had to come over here and support you real quick,
Thank you, Getty. Thank
you.
Sylvia got it going on.
Yeah, she do.
Oh, fellas, stop.
She do. She got it going on. Got it popping.
Thank you, guys. You're making me
so
blush.
So you, bro. I'll be peeping you out. You ain't too bad either. I mean, I ain't gonna. I got to give you your flower too, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, Getty be getting it, boy. Getty be getting it.
I appreciate you, man. But this case is a very interesting case. But I would say, the lyrics being used against artists, I don't support that. But if they can align that with what you've done in actual real life, then you did that to yourself, right? So if your lyrics turn out to be a confession, then that's you confessing to what you did. Young Thug was doing reckless things, man. When things would happen on the street, he would tweet about it or he would rap about it. And then what they would do is they would coincide that with the lyrics, with the event that just took place. Sometimes inside of 2 weeks when it happened, whether it's somebody got killed, whether somebody got robbed, whatever the case may be, those guys were running rampant in Atlanta, man, and they needed some OGs. It's just a bunch of young guys in their 20s, man, maybe early 30s, a lot of money, glorifying gangster and mob life. And they didn't realize that at some point their chickens would come home to roost. And there was nobody there, an older person around them to pull their coattail and tell them, hey, man, you're going to, you can't ride this train forever. And they're learning the hard way right now. This is just what happens. That's why a lot of those guys are taking those plea deals, because they're realizing they wasn't in it for the home.
I just want to tell you too, the plea deals are not because they just plea deals are because a lot of those attorneys couldn't afford to be out there that long. You know that, right? Okay.
Yeah, but they still took them because they're still taking the easy way out. If you think about it, they're touting themselves to be gangsters and mob type figures, so they have to adhere to the rules of the streets. And the rules of the streets is you don't cooperate, you don't make statements at all, you don't take a deal. You don't take a deal. You don't say anything that's going to assist and help the prosecution. Period.
But a lot of them are young; they don't understand that.
No guidance. No.
If you're old enough to pull the trigger, then you're old enough to do the time. So they got to realize what they're putting themselves. The position they're putting themselves in is they're making the law look at them like they are savages, and that's how they're looking at them. That's why they're coming at them so hard. And that's why they want Thug, because they got Thug at the top of the heat. They're saying they're pretty much treating him like everything is done at his behest.
That's exactly my point. And then not only that, it's hard. Like I said, you got a lot of rappers that rap about things, man, but they actually rapping about things that bodies is on the ground. I mean, that's hard to explain.
Yeah.
That was my point of it. Like I say, I don't mind rappers rapping about things. I listen to all this music. But when you really listen at, what they saying people got killed and they part of it and they telling you who these people is. I mean, how can you not say they're not involved with that?
I have to listen to the song before I even make a opinion about this because
and I mean it's just reality when it comes down to actions versus actions and consequences. They didn't think about the consequences. So when
And
you
like I
think
say,
about
I like Thug.
yeah,
I like
I
Thug.
like
I
his
like
music.
all them boys. But they did some of this shit, man. They gotta pay the piper, man. I mean, that's just what it is.
Man, these guys were targeting people's mothers and girlfriends, man. They shot YF and Lucci's mom. That's in the indictment.
Man, his kids they left on the ground. We're not even speaking on. I
so.
mean,
So you're saying that you believe that Young Thug is actually the one who told them to do it, or isn't it something that they already did on their own?
Young Thug just as guilty as they is. I'm just gonna keep it for real with you. They
Why
cat
would
just as guilty as they is.
why would you say that?
Yeah, he part of it. He was part of it. He just as guilty today as he part of it. That's just like you. If man, you do something and I get caught up with it regardless of how the outcome is, at the end of the day, you still was part of it.
But my thing is, if a person is an adult, right, and they do something, it's they're doing. It's not. I mean, you can't blame me because you decided to go kill somebody, Marvin. How you gonna blame me? Even if you're part of my group, right?
You're right
And
about that.
you go kill somebody. You're a grown man. You go kill somebody. I just go and tell about what you did in a song, and I'm getting blamed for it. That doesn't make sense.
Well, I might then pull the trigger, but I furnish you the tools.
How did
Wouldn't that make me a part of it?
I don't know. Did I hire you to do it?
If I we just speaking allegedly now because ain't nobody made no major facts on it. But if I rent you my vehicle and tell you certain things about a person and you go do something in my vehicle, that don't make me a part of it, even though I wasn't the one pull the trigger.
No, because I mean, you using my car doesn't mean that I know what you're gonna do with my car.
Say that again.
You said
you using my car doesn't.
Shit.
I'm using my car because I let you use my car. That doesn't mean
my God.
No, what I'm saying is if you finna go do a robbery and I know you finna go do this robbery and I let you use my car to do it, yeah, I'm part of that.
How do you have you seen the evidence behind this? How do you know this is actually what has happened?
I said only thing I'm speaking is allegedly. That's what they said in the court. He really got that Infinity. He rented the Infinity, and he let them boys to go out. Yeah, let them boys go out and do a crime in it.
But if he rented an Infinity because somebody didn't have okay, I have a business and somebody is say working for me and I rent the car and they use it and kill somebody. So that's the same thing. Okay, for example, let's back up. Coca-Cola, right? Let's use Coca-Cola, right?
Okay.
The individual decide to commit murder because this happened recently with the UPS guy. He went and killed the place that they were delivering the package to, kill the owner of the house. Is that UPS fault?
No, okay. If you want to back up, let's do this now. These people, we trying to go piece by piece. Now, when you put together the puzzle that lady done started from the beginning, you'll get all these correct answers, is what I'm saying. But when you're trying to go a little bit here in the indictment, a little bit here in the indictment, this man got a paper trail and a history that led all the way back to all these things that we speaking on right now is what they saying. That's why he's indicted for. So it'll be hard for me to pick certain things out, which you might, and you probably right about the things that you're saying. But if we go from the beginning to where we at now, we might be speaking different than you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right about what you're saying.
Do they have evidence?
No.
Shit, I think they do.
Listen,
I think they got enough. I think they got enough evidence to lock him up. I think yes. I think they got enough evidence to lock him up. If not, he wouldn't be indicted. Yes, I do think they do. Yes, I think they have.
Chandra, that case, the UPS, they didn't. UPS is not responsible. They said because they yeah. The only thing that UPS had was the address, but I mean, you sign a contract, you're not supposed to be doing that kind of stuff. UPS can't be.
She said
she
UPS.
No,
That's good.
You hear, I guess.
That's a bad analogy, actually.
I know,
That's
right?
not a good
You hear,
one. UPS
knowing that man was contracted out, so
yeah,
he was straight contracted out, so UPS would not be liable for nothing.
Yeah, but regardless whether he was contracted or not, UPS isn't known for killing people. You know what I'm saying? UPS ain't no gang.
You ain't lying.
Oh man, that's
crazy.
funny.
Well, yeah, I wish him well, babe, but it ain't gonna look good in the end unless the jury, find it they hard to do something for him. But wow.
Now I think they got him right where they want him. And here's why. It's because of the guys that's cooperating against him. Remember when I think it was that third hearing about the when he was trying to make bail, and the judge pretty much stated why he didn't want to give him bail. He said that there are people in the indictment and people that are not in the indictment that said if he lets Young Thug out and Young Thug finds out that they cooperated against them, that he would kill them and their families. So those are the people.
Rico don't ever get bail.
No, but those are the people that's going to hurt him in this trial, especially that guy Monk Tonk. I can't remember his name, his actual name, but that guy Monk Tonk.
Somebody that older guy with the kids.
Yeah, who gave away his Fifth Amendment right? Who had to give away his Fifth Amendment. That's the guy that's going to hurt him because he gave them the details of what happened after the murder of Nut and so on and so forth. So he's going to corroborate his story with the other individual, Lil Woody, that cooperated first in the case. So
and see, that's gonna show that was a hit because they went to his house and he paid them.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna show that was a hit.
Y'all don't know what the evidence are, so
yeah, me neither. So that's why I'm just like, I'm gonna just shut up. I don't know.
I'm telling y'all what the man said it. You was in court that day, right? Oh no, they didn't have anybody in court when Monk took that deal.
Oh, I heard him.
Yeah, she asked him. I mean, she asked him the questions, and he was like, "Yeah, that's what happened." I mean, it's hard. It's going to be hard to convince a jury with the kind of witnesses they have. That's pretty much on the inside to kind of know how the sausage is made. See, they got guys on the inside. I'm gonna tell you now,
Gunner gonna be one of the first 5 witnesses. That's what's gonna trip everybody out to show you these folks ain't playing. Gunner gonna be one of the first 5 witnesses. And you know what she gonna call him? The first thing she gonna ask him is YSL a game? Or is it a record label?
Did you hear what kind of plea that Gunner got?
He got an Alfred plea.
Which
that's right.
Do you know what Alfred means?
Yes, ma'am.
What does it mean, sir?
It's pleading guilty while maintaining your innocence.
That's right. But then he'll go to small print. He'll go to small print on the alpha plea though. You got to testify, long as it ain't nothing against discriminating you.
No, you do not have to testify. You do not have
After that, you plead the fifth.
You do not have to testify in Alfred. You could choose not to testify.
But see, that's part of his plea deal. He's gonna testify. That's part of his plea deal.
I had an attorney up here that knows the law on that.
I ain't gonna charge the attorney.
So the special conditions means nothing. Is that what you're saying?
That in Alfred.
Then you hear him call him on the witness stand. Then you hear the judge call his name. The judge say he's one of the witnesses.
Possible witness. Possible. Did you see the
she's gonna call him. That lady's not no joke.
But
the list says possible. Possible. Didn't say definitely.
He will be called. He will be called.
But some of the rappers responded to that and said that was cap. Rich Homie Quan, he responded and said that was cap. He's not going to be a witness. So I don't know. I don't know how true that is.
They on the list, ain't they?
They could put a whole bunch of people on the list. That doesn't mean they're going to show up. They're going to do it. They don't mean they just put it on there it's a scare tactic.
if they
Look,
get
I know
subpoenaed, they got to
one
show
thing.
up.
I know one thing. If they put you on that list and they call you on that stand and you don't show up, your ass gonna stay locked up until that court is over. Facts. I know that now.
Yeah, you got. If
Gunna
they
will be
subpoena
in
them,
the,
that's the
Gunna
thing.
will be on that stand, and Gunna will say when that lady asks her, "It's why it's a game." He gonna say, "Yes, ma'am, it's a game, not a record label."
He
That's
already
part of his
said it.
plea deal.
He said
That's
it to get
part
the
of his plea
deal.
deal.
He already said it to
That's
get
why
the
he
deal.
gonna let it be known that they are. He's a gang member, man. He's part of this.
Marvin, we will wait until trials start, then you will hear.
I ain't trying to hurt your feelings. I know you heard about it, but I'm just.
You're not hurting my feelings.
I
It's
know
just
you
that
love them cats. I love them too, baby, but they finna go to jail.
you see how negative you are.
No, I'm just speaking. Well, if my little boy go rob a store and I know he did it, I'm gonna sit here and lie to the police and say he didn't do it. He robbed that store, sir. Lock his ass up. I wasn't raised like that. I'm gonna keep it real.
So Sylvia, you think that Doug's gonna beat the case?
I don't know what's gonna happen. I ain't say anything.
That's
I don't
how
know
I
what's
feel.
gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm not gonna say he's fried because you never know what could happen. You don't know.
I mean, he's fried.
I mean,
You just gotta be honest.
from
He's
my
cooked,
life living
man.
off, from my
Young
life
Thug is
living,
cooked.
you know, from my life from the streets. I ain't saying they gonna fry him, but they damn sure gonna put some grease on him.
He's cooked. He's cooked.
That's
Yo.
right.
I get it. I know we want to be
That's right.
optimistic about the whole thing. We want
Right.
to, you know,
Right.
put positive energy into the universe for the brother. But they did some horrific things out there on them
But
streets,
did
man.
he do it? Here's the question: did he do it?
Some of it.
We don't know what he actually did.
Allegedly. I mean, allegedly, some of it he wouldn't be in now. So I'm gonna say that for.
Yeah, we don't know what he actually did, but I'm pretty sure he had to do something out on the streets pretty much, but they may not have nothing to get him. I think the heaviest ones they got him for the whole count one. So they pretty much count one is everything that's in count one. They're saying that they're going to throw the charge on him anyway, whether he did it or not. That's why it's a Rico.
He the founder of the company. He the founder of YSL. Yes.
They're going to lay it all on him anyway. That's the only way they could get him is through a Rico. They figured they couldn't get him if it wasn't a Rico. That's why they tried to lump everything into a Rico just to get him. I think they really want him, and I think they probably got more than we know, man. You never know. Trial come, they may drop some bombs.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I haven't read the Discovery though. Have you? I mean, you read it all, Sylvia?
The Discovery. I read the one that they had. I couldn't understand what some of the stuff that's in it.
You couldn't understand some of it. I'm gonna have to read some. I think
you couldn't really see because a lot of it's video, so you don't have that ability to know what it is. It just gives you the link number. It doesn't. You can't click it and look at it. Doesn't allow.
So you gonna go to the trial, Sylvia?
Okay. Where have you been, Marvin? Y'all.
I've been right here.
Obviously, you haven't. I've been.
I know I'm trying to go.
No, I'm talking about, yeah, I mean, I know. I'm just saying, you gonna go there. You going all the time, huh? So you gonna keep us updated.
If I get my Rule 22 back, I'm going.
I don't. You at a different state? You're in a different state?
Yeah.
And you haven't gotten yours back yet?
No, I haven't got mine back yet. But if I get it back, I'm going down there.
Oh, you gonna go down there?
Yeah, it's gonna be trial of the year. You don't want to miss this one.
Yeah,
this
is now. I hate to say it, but this is.
Well, I'll be there. I'll be there.
What if imagine they call Baby or Birdman to the stand? That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, you think Mr. Lil Wayne gonna come? I don't think he's coming. I don't think none of them.
If they subpoena them, they got to come. That's the thing. If they give them a subpoena, they got to show up. They got no choice in the matter.
No, there is ways of getting out of a subpoena now.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
Not in a Rico.
Yes, it is.
We're gonna see.
We just saw a case just recently, the R. Kelly. A lot of people did not show up, and there was a Rico charge in New York. A lot of people did not show up to the case.
Oh, one
woman said she got anxiety. She was sick, and they didn't let her come in. She didn't come in.
Birdman ain't gonna say that.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You saying that people? There's ways they don't have to. I mean, there's ways for them to get out of it.
Then the judge put a bench warrant out for somebody today.
Today?
Yeah, for not showing up. He told them to go get him.
Yeah, they got a lot of evidence on Bird. They got phone calls, phone taps, man. They got these guys, man. They got these guys in a pickle, man. They in a tight situation.
Who?
Yeah, Bird. Doug.
And that's why I believe so many of them are taking deals, because maybe behind the scenes they're showing them guys, this is what we got, and they probably like, damn, they got this, they got that. Oh shit, I'm done. Give me the deal. You don't know what you don't know what the prosecution is showing them guys. Like, look, this is what we got right here.
That's what I'm finna tell you. Nobody really listening. That's what this prosecutor said. If you listen to what she said they had somebody inside that YSL group that been working with them since 2010. Shit. Somebody inside that group been working with this lady since 2010 on this case. That woman said that out of her mouth.
What woman?
The prosecutor lady. That Atlanta, Georgia lady say one of them rappers in that case had been working with them since 2010. He got caught up in some shit and he started talking, and it's been on ever since. Yeah, we don't know what kind of evidence and bomb they finna drop.
I don't know what they got. And they said that it was a famous rapper down there helping them out, helping them clean them streets up. They ain't revealed who that person was. Fanny came out and said that in a press conference one time. She was like, we got a famous artist in Atlanta helping us on this Rico.
That's what I'm telling you right now. Everybody thinking it's somebody outside the group. It was somebody inside that group who she was talking about.
Man, I'm telling you.
Well, I will wait and I will bring the news to you of the case. Now, I have no opinion on this.
Hey, listen, everybody said the same thing about Tory Lanez. Everybody like, man, Tory Lanez gonna get off, man. He ain't, he's sitting in jail right now.
I never heard any Tory Lanez case, so
everybody can sleep if you want. And believe this, 2022 gonna be 23 gonna be major. You know the next group finna go down? It's gonna be CMG. That's all I'm gonna say. You can watch what I tell you.
Who's CMG?
Is that Yo Gotti them?
Yo Gotti them finna go, bro. Watch what I tell you.
That's Yo Gotti. Yeah, okay.
I got some info. Yeah, they are. Yeah, you'll see. Yeah.
Okay, listen to this. Maddie says they wouldn't have to wait this long if it was true and had snitched since 2010.
Well, I don't know nothing. I don't know why they waited so long, but maybe they was looking for a
That's
whammy.
another person. I don't know why they waited so long either. And that one boy was speaking about that, how they had him locked up and they held his shit back all this time because of this Rico stuff. So why they was holding it back this long? That's a good question.
That means they didn't have anything.
Because a lot of them boys locked up, lawyers was bitching about that. Saying how their clients was locked up so long with no bond. And they couldn't even bond out on the other charge because
it's hard to beat 10 years plus investigation. It's hard to
beat. I know one thing. They don't get away free 30 years probation.
10 years plus investigation. It's hard to beat that. That's why I think he cooked. I think just because of how long they was investigating them, that's why I think he cooked. I'm like, they got to have something.
I don't think he's cooked. I don't think he's cooked at all. I don't.
It was like one domino falling out the nut, so they was just waiting, keeping all the dominoes falling until they put the puzzle together. Seemed like.
So if you don't think he's cooked, you think he's gonna beat it?
No, I just don't think he's cooked. I don't. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a total win or anything.
He might get a little bit of time, but not like 30 years, 50 years, something like that. He might get 5, 10 years.
I don't think it's cooked at all. And remember, Georgia is a probational or parole state, so they don't ever have to serve.
Can you answer this question? Do you think Fed's gonna pick that machine gun charge up? Because that's not a state charge now.
The Feds hasn't taken it.
Well, I'm just speaking on it.
Do you know they brought it to the feds first and feds refused it?
I didn't know that. I asked about that. I was wondering why the feds didn't take it, and I heard there was some speculation that the feds thought it was a weak case.
Mm-hmm.
I did hear that.
Here's the thing. They are so discombobulated in this case right now.
They are.
It's discombobulated.
Yeah.
It's chaotic.
I'll give you that.
I don't think anybody knows exactly what to do. That's why they have to try to do it right the first time. Because if they don't, it's gonna be egg in her face.
But you know what though, the whole courtroom look kangaroo the way it is.
It's gonna
it look run down. It just look yeah. You can tell it's a black man case the way it's posted, the way it's set up.
It's very discombobulated. It's because first of all, it's the first type of case like this, so they don't know what the heck to do. That's why they try to get as minimum amount of defendant as possible. Because the plea deals that they gave was outrageous. Come on now.
They are 30 years
and
probation.
they walk out the same day. That tells you this is crazy. That and
you know what? They're gonna have to get people outside of Georgia to get on that stand, man. I really feel it.
Now that's the biggest question, you know.
That's their problem right now. Why they fucking trying to question so many people? Because they question so many people from Georgia that know about this case, man. I mean, it's gonna be hard to find anybody that don't know about this.
And then you got the amount of time to be on that jury. You got to think about that too.
A whole year.
And that's why. And then what did they ask? They asked for a speedy case. Now, do you know the case is supposed to really start today, and it didn't. And it didn't. That's a problem.
Oh, that's right. It's supposed
today was supposed to have been the start day. Yeah.
It's supposed to be an opening argument today.
They still trying to get people on the jury stand.
Now the opening arguments are going to pretty much tell you what they got.
Yeah, but when are you going to?
Yeah, that's gonna put a lot of stuff on the table right there.
Yeah.
When are you going to get to open argument? That's the question. When
they said in a few weeks, from my understanding, didn't they say that?
A few weeks, but the case is it starts today.
They postponed it.
They're like a month behind.
Hey, the judge got to have his comfortable breaks, man. He got.
No, but that's unbelievable. It's really it's unprecedented. You know what I mean? It's never been done like this. Okay, go ahead, 444. He wants to get up here. Here's the link.
They had nothing. I think that they got something, and I think YSL is going to bury YSL. If those guys weren't talking and taking deals, I think they'll have a chance to beat it. But it's too many people talking. It's the people that's talking that's going to hurt them. It ain't if the case is weak, the case is weak. But it's the guys that's cooperating that's going to hurt them. That's why I think he's cooked. It's too many people cooperating.
Cooperating on what? Yeah. Something that you did?
But
they're gonna bag up, hey, them gang members gonna bag up them videos they got off them posters, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they gonna do. They gonna bag up the videos. You know, they got cameras on it. All that crime has got cameras on, and they gonna point out them guys and them videos, gonna bag it up, and them gangbangers gonna be the witness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They got videos, all that stuff. The night them guys got killed, the night all that shit came off them poles, off them buildings and all that. Now they just gonna match it up with the cars and the people. That's why they let all of them go like that. Ain't no telling how many bodies. Yeah.
Cell phone triangulation.
Yeah, wire transaction.
Hey, 444 Smile, turn off your thing in the background. Turn off your Okay, 444 Smile, turn off your YouTube in the background.
Yeah, the judge is killing them.
Okay, I appreciate that, Tahuti. He said he give me a hotel to come to if I go to Atlanta. I told y'all don't put me in the hood. I ain't been to Atlanta in years. So he says the Hilton and the Sheraton. Appreciate that.
Who's Hootie?
Hello.
Tahuti Enigma.
So, Phil, you don't think Gunner gonna testify?
What's up, Sylvia?
You don't think he's gonna be a witness?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Yeah, people saying Young Thug is cooked, but it's hard because I doubt it because I don't think he's cooked because it's going to be an uphill battle for them to prove that he did all this stuff. So, Steele is a good lawyer. In the Rico case, they have to prove, and the murders and everything, the people that sitting at the table, they all going to trial, and it's very hard that 14 people were sitting at the table. Normally in a Rico case, normally in any Rico case, more than 50% tell. I'm shocked that 50% elected to go to trial. 50%. Name me one Rico case. Normally, looking in Casanova's case, 20 people got locked up, 18 turned. Everybody turned back. But in this case, you got 28 people, more than 50% elected to take this to trial. That means that should tell you something.
He cut off.
Oh, you cut off. You cut off. He probably gonna drop off in a minute. We
Hello?
cannot hear you. You're in the boondocks.
You hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
This, when you elected to bring all these people to trial, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
When you elected, you got 28 people that got arrested. 14 is going to trial. That's unheard of. The district attorney is going to have an uphill battle because they're going to have something on all 14 people. And they didn't investigate. They threw all their money at Thug. So them other people was like, you ain't got nothing on me. All your evidence points towards him. You didn't even worry about coming to get the small fry. So when you offer me 15 years probation, no, I got to gamble because there's no evidence is telling me that you didn't throw no investigation at me. So now under a Rico, you're going to have to convict all of them under a Rico. And then you got to prove, yes, Thug rented the car, but they have to prove Thug said, go do this. And the people that got to prove it is sitting at the table with him. The rest is hearsay. The rest is hearsay. The people at the table got to say, yo, other than that, yo, I gave them the car. Only one that can say is that he gave him the car to do this is the one sitting at the table. That he's not sitting here, he's not testifying. He's sitting at the table. And then some of the lower people that got people say, oh, you facing up to 20 years. You not facing 20 years because some of them guys never been arrested. First time. So the most they could get is 5 years. So I'm going to trial. Because the litigating fact is, I never been arrested. I never been this. I never been that. So I'm taking it to trial. Yes, it looks scary, but you only got me on a Rico. So when you send all these people to trial, yes, it's hearsay. It's motive involved. And Mr. Steele, you can do all this, but cross-examination is crazy from Mr. Steele. It's not a walk in the park. Y'all see what Jennifer did on cross-examination to some of these people? So these lawyers are going to kill this on cross. So all this evidence that they got, and you said why it took so long, is because they didn't have nothing. They kept digging and arresting people, kept asking. Everybody they arrested, they was asking. Anybody that got arrested, you could have got arrested for a traffic ticket. You know YSL? Yeah, we investigating them. You know YSL? This guy was locked up. Donovan Nutt got shot 2015, and the guy is arrested. You got him in jail, and you got to let him out because you have no evidence? Come on now. And then you let the district attorney come to you and say, we're going to snatch the case. Yes, we feel he did this because he rented the car. Yes, he rented the car, but is that guy at the table saying he did it? No. All them other people took less deals, so they're going to understand that they got to be under cross. undercross you. Them guys don't. That guy Sledge don't got nothing on all 14 of them guys. All they snitches ain't got nothing on all 14 of them guys. But you just gonna say, yeah, he was in the room. He's not gonna get convicted for being in the room. No, you ain't got nothing on all 14 of them guys. The evidence is not so strong. So now I'm going to ride with Doug to show him I'm a ride. I'm a rider because the most I can get is 5 years if I do get convicted, because I've never been convicted. So you can't give me all the crime.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, when you sit there, you know, everybody's not going to get the same sentence. Everybody is not sitting there. You can't. A few of them are sitting them on life sentences. Not all of them. But if I'm facing a life sentence and then you can't offer somebody 15 years and then say I'm facing a life sentence. Only one facing a life sentence is that guy that the judge told him you're a recidivist. When it comes to that and you're a 3-time loser, you get sentenced. And if this was the feds, they wouldn't have got out. The most the people would have got is 26 months. When do you know that the feds are going to let you out for the defense attorney could travel you around? They said if they call you, still could walk around and go look at these defense and say, yeah, I want your witness to come to my office. The feds don't let you get to their witnesses. They keep them in jail first. Now, Mr. Steele considers investigators to all their houses and say, I want your deposition, so he can know what they're going to say on the stand. Why would you leave your witnesses in the street? But you said, Young Thug, oh, he's threatening his witnesses, but you let the guys out. So the witnesses was never threatened. That was a ploy to keep Young Thug in jail, because if the witnesses was being threatened, why would you let these guys out? Young Thug, you got 300 witnesses. So you got 300 witnesses. The feds don't let witnesses out until the case is over, because them guys could turn on the district attorney and go kill more of the witnesses. So, but you said the district attorney said, oh, we can't let none of them out on bail because Thug is threatening the witnesses. What witnesses? You had all your witnesses was in jail. It proved all your witnesses was in jail. So Thug, now you let all these guys out. Now, just so what did you ever have? Nothing. Because it's going to be an uphill battle for the 14 elected to go to trial. It's unheard of. Anybody that could ever go find a case where 14 people went to trial and they convicted 14 in the last 6 to 12 months, I'll listen. 6 to 12 months, the jury is going to fall asleep. Something is going to happen. And this is not a federal jury. Young Thug did so much for his community. These are the folks he getting. These are the folks he getting right there in Fulton County, his hometown. He's in his backyard. They know Mr. Steele. They know he's going to play the media. He's going to look good. That's his media. This is Mr. Steele's hometown. Steele know the media. Steele know what he's doing. This ain't the Fed's case where they going to get jurists from Canton and all this. You get this Rico is going to be hard to prove for 14 people. 14? You needed to get at least out of 28, you had to get 20 of them to turn. But you couldn't. And that's very bad for the state. That's why the feds is looking at this like, wow, we never seen 15. They would have never did this probation. And then when you talking about some of them going to testify, but the Alfred plea, let me tell you something about the Alfred plea. Do y'all know Alfred appealed his sentence and won and gave back the time because he never testified on himself? So if he would have testified, that means he would have never gave it. So if gonna do testify, he could be telling on himself we can ever appeal his sentence. He can appeal the sentence like Alfred. Alfred took the plea because he didn't want to tell about the murder and put it on somebody else. He said, I'm taking the plea. He took the Alfred plea and came back and gave back 30 years and won the Supreme Court. So Gunner could be looking at this trying to appeal his plea, because Alfred appealed his plea and with the Supreme Court, and they gave back the 30 years. Go look it up.
Thank you, Mr. 444 Smile. Okay, fellas, y'all ready to answer on that one that he just
sounds all that shit sound good, but he still cooked.
Well, like I say,
It
I
sounds
respect what
good.
he's
It
saying.
sounds good what you're saying, but he still cooked, bro.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though,
cooked.
when he said something about the person on the stand, some of them people that's gonna testify against him about that car was in the car. Okay, and then I
But he
mean
has to
that
get
just
all 14 defendants. Remember, he just
okay.
said
Now on them 14 defendants, out of them 14, probably about 4 of them go to prison. The other 8, I wouldn't get out either because by the time they
But
ain't
it's
even
not
much
no
gonna even get
Rico.
charged
Then
with.
it's not a Rico. Then it's not a
They gonna
Rico.
end up
It's not a.
look out. They are not gonna end up getting even. They ain't even gonna even probably get involved on this Rico because they doing their time right now. That's why they sitting there. They ain't
Do
finna.
you
They
know?
going
Do you
4
know,
people gonna sit there and do time.
do
Thug
you
and
know
them other 3 boys. That's who's
Marlon?
going to prison.
Marvin, have you studied what RICO is and how the elements that they have to prove in a RICO?
Yeah, when they go to trial, they only can speak on what that individual did. They can't consider him in the whole salon of now Thug. They can only put Thug on what he did.
That's what a
Yeah,
RICO is.
yeah,
A RICO
I'm
has
familiar with it.
they have to make sure all elements fits for each and every individual that's in the
Right.
case.
Yeah.
That's why I say
All
8 of them
elements.
gonna walk. That's why I say 8 of them gonna walk.
So if 8 walks, that means all of them gonna walk.
No, because them 8 out of that 14, they probably didn't do half of the shit that them 4 I'm talking about finna get. And that's Thug and them other 3. The ones that they gonna really testify against. They ain't testifying against everybody, them 14. They only gonna testify against certain individuals on their stand. Trust me.
But like I said, when it comes down to when you look at this, it's gonna the state is banking on the rap lyrics and stuff like that, but they're gonna bring the creators that made rap lyrics, Lyle Cohen, Kevin Lyles, all these guys that created this music, all these guys that created this foundation, and then it's crazy that
Leo Cohen didn't
let me tell you
create
something.
hip hop. I just had to stop you on
Not
that
he
one.
didn't no he didn't create hip hop. No, I didn't say he created hip hop. Like they said, he's a culture vulture. So all he did was take money from bad stories. Russell Simmons, we took the Beastie Boys, LL Cool J. He was a good guy. Lyle Cohen
Hey, all that's cool
took
though. Let's stay focused. I wanna try to stay on track when you were
yeah,
talking about Thug. You
they
trying to go
gonna
somewhere else.
no, so they gonna come clean up the music, the rap lyrics that they trying to use. These guys is gonna come clean it up, and I can see a Cochran happen, just like they used the race card in the OJ case.
Now
They
that's
gonna
true.
use they putting the rap lyrics on trial, just like
That's
he
true
said,
too. That's
just
true.
like
I believe that. You
just
know
like
that.
OJ used it. He used the glove. OJ Johnny Cochran used the case. Now all these rappers gonna come testify for him and put this on trial and say you got all of us. If you convict them of trial, we all in trouble. You destroy history. You destroy. You don't. They're gonna come in and bring that. Oh, they don't do this to country music. They're
If they
gonna
put who
turn.
on
They're
trial?
gonna
If they put who on trial?
yeah. They're gonna put. They're gonna take a young thug just like they did in the OJ case and took OJ on trial and put the race on trial. They gonna
Okay,
put
hold on a minute.
rap
Hold on a
lyrics
minute,
on
folks.
trial.
Hold
I'm
on,
telling you, they
folks.
gonna put rap.
You going somewhere else with it.
Nah,
We talking about Thug
no,
case.
yeah, they gonna
Thug
put
case.
rap.
Thug case is not no. It's not no. These guys is saying that was a game.
But they using his
You
rap
get it
lyrics,
mixed up.
brother.
They're using rap lyrics.
They using
Yeah,
his
I know
rap
they rap
lyrics.
lyrics. I understand everything what you saying, everything 100 what you saying. But like I say, when that judge called Gunner up on that stage, she gonna ask Gunner, is YSL a fucking
Brother,
record label or a gangbang? And you
Gunner
know
don't
what they
have to
gonna say?
testify because
Shit,
Alfred Gunner don't have to testify because all he
man,
have to do is
please,
say, "I'm appealing my
please,
case." Because at
please,
the end of the day, Alfred appealed his case. So if
please.
Marvin,
Gunner could,
Marvin, hold on. Let's be respectful. I understand you
I ain't,
disagree.
if I said something disrespectful, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, let's be respectful. He's
Marvin,
talking. He let you talk. Let's do that.
Oh,
Let's
I'm sorry. I ain't know you heard me. I'm sorry.
Marvin,
I
they
apologize.
gonna
Go ahead.
put,
I'm listening.
mute
they gonna
yourself because I like peace. Okay, I don't like confusion. Okay.
Marvin, they
I
gonna put
apologize. I'm not a conflict style person. If I offended anybody, I'm sorry.
Marvin, they gonna put rap just like they're gonna take this case and turn it into putting the rap on trial. Because at the end of the day, you put not just Young Thug on trial. His lawyer gonna take this and take it off Thug and the Rico and going to say it's a whole community. They're going to bring rappers and Lyle Cohen and all these people and say, this is music, this is an art. You're doing this to a black man, and you're going to turn that case, and it's going to look like you destroying a man that are artists because you do not bring the country people in here. You don't bring the
Right.
Spanish music in here. Our
Right.
rappers is on trial. If you look at Kevin Liles and what he said in the bond hearing and cried and said he been fighting for justice for 50 years, everybody gonna come in this stand and say they've been fighting for justice for 50 years and it's time to stop. And that man
And
that just
everything you're
came
saying
home,
true, man.
and that's what's gonna happen. That's what's
You're
gonna happen.
right.
They're gonna put music just like OJ. That's like I said, we all looked at OJ did it, but they shadowed the race card. So now here's a chance for Mr. Steele to take this case and take it out of Young Thug and say, you know what? This is a all-out war on rap. This is public enemy number one on rap, and you trying to destroy a man's catalog like you did R. Kelly, like you did everybody, and this needs to stop. You need to stop using lyrics and making these people think that they R&B died because you thought R. Kelly was talking about young girls and he was speaking from his heart, but you use the man lyrics and act like this was nothing and he didn't have nobody to come save him like Young Thug got, because Young Thug is in a different genre. It's the same thing like they doing R. Kelly, but it's a different genre. They trying to use his music, and this is where they want to stop and say, you know what, you can't use people lyrics no more.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
here's a chance for the rap community to come flood that courtroom and say, this need to stop. And them jury's gonna say, you know what, these guys is just musicians that's from the hood and is trying to make it out of there with their family.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you,
right.
sir.
I agree
Thank
with
you.
you.
Oh, that's a
You so right, brother. I agree with you
And
100
Sylvia's
on that.
right. He's not cooked. Sylvia know what she's doing. She's in this courtroom. That's why she says she's not going to give Mr. Steele a chance. We thought OJ did it, but we gave Cochran a chance. Let's give Mr. Steele a chance. He got the best in Georgia. Look at him. He's number one in Georgia. Go look up that man. He's rated number one. Rated.
Well, I think Jay-Z and somebody had a bill passed with some mail something about the rap thing.
And with
I'm
that,
not familiar
Sylvia,
with
you
it.
have a great night. And thank
That's
you for
in
the
New
show.
York.
I'm about to go back to the bushes.
Yeah.
That's in New York.
California
Yeah,
has it too. California has it as well.
Yeah. I respect
Yeah,
what he's saying, and
California.
he 100% right about that. And all of them gonna go in now, and they gonna let that jury know. Hold on a minute, they gonna let that jury know word for word what he's saying, and that jury gonna agree with him. But then they gonna go back to the same thing. Okay, this lyrics they singing has nothing to do with the rap industry or the rap world, because they don't rap this way when they talking about certain things that's laying certain way. I mean, I understand what you're saying. It's two sides to every story, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
mean,
gotta respectfully. I mean, I just gotta respectfully
everything he
disagree
said
with
was
the
true,
brother. You know what I'm
Silver.
saying? I
Everything
gotta
the brother
respectfully
said was true.
disagree with the brother.
Marvin.
I gotta go ahead.
Getty was trying to say something. Marvin, you keep going.
Yeah, Marvin does like to overtalk people. I gotta be
Let me-
honest
let
with you,
me-
Marvin. You do.
I apologize. I done had 1 2 minutes. Let me get off of here, man. Y'all have a blessed night.
You too, Marvin. I was trying to let Getty go.
Oh, Marvin's sipping something. That's what it is.
I'm sipping. That's
You good,
what's
Marvin?
going on. I
Okay, well you
apologize.
good, Marvin. No, you good. You good. Stay up, man. You good. You good.
Yeah, I
I
wasn't
was
trying
going
to
to
do
say.
that.
I was going to say to 444. That was a great soliloquy, but I still disagree. I think he cooked, man. You know what I'm saying? This is not an attack on rap. This is an attack on the actions that these rappers are doing in the goddamn streets. It ain't about the music. It's about what you doing. It ain't about the lyrics. If the lyrics were there and the actions weren't there, the bodies weren't there, the drugs weren't there, the guns weren't there, the gang violence wasn't there, there would be no case. These guys are going through this and facing this because of what's happening in the streets. You can't say it's just lyrics. Look at how these guys are dying. This is not the 90s anymore. Rappers die horrible deaths now. In the 90s, it was rare. You had Biggie, Tupac. That was it. That was a rare thing to happen. You hear about a beef here and there, but you wouldn't hear about a rapper getting gunned down in the streets. These guys aren't getting gunned down in the streets because they're just peaceful rappers that like the rap gangster stuff. I don't agree with that. I think it's the actions, man, and maybe, just maybe, Fannie Willis, a lot of people maybe she bit off a little more than she could chew, but I just feel like she just felt that she had to do something about what was going on down in the city of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? She had to do something, man. This is an effort to try to clean up the goddamn community and get this stuff back together as to what's going on, because these guys were out there doing horrific things in the community. And I'm not going to say all YSL, but if you can attach a little bit of that to them, and then you got the money behind it with Young Thug, and then you got the music influencing the youth to keep perpetuating the cycle of violence over and over and over again, you got to do something about it. Nothing wrong with rapping. You got freedom of speech, but when your speech turns into action, that's when it's a problem. That's my thing.
That's what I was trying to say, right?
These guys aren't church folk twiddling their thumbs, rapping gangster stuff during the week. No. These dudes are living these dudes are living that life. My opinion.
Are you sure they live in
That's
that
exactly
life?
right.
If they're not living it, then somebody around them is living it in their circumference, in their circles.
Okay.
These guys are claiming actual blood gangs out of California and out of New York. Well, there's Sex, Money, Murder. That's a blood gang. And then you got the blood sets, you got the Crip set. That stuff. These guys are claiming that stuff. So, I mean, what can you say? What can you do? But wait till the trial. But my opinion, I think he's cooked.
You and that.
I think Thug has a great lawyer though. I think that lawyer. I think he's gonna eat up the lyrics. He's gonna eat up the gang sign thing. He's gonna eat up the YSL on the clothing, all of that stuff. He's gonna eat that stuff up. The jury. He's gonna convince the jury not to buy any of that.
But that's the only thing they really have on Young Thug,
mm-hmm.
other than. Half of the stuff that they had originally is thrown out because
mm-hmm.
they were gotten, the marijuana and that gun and all that's thrown out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the stuff, everything they got out of the house.
Yeah, that's thrown out.
Except for the phone is out, but they can still access the phone records through the phone company. They can't get nothing off the actual phone, but they can still get them records off of it. They can still get the records from the phone company. But everything else, the guns, I think it was some weed, I think it was a phone.
And even that
I think the proof of the rental car receipt or whatever the case may be, I think that might have been in there. That was the big thing that got thrown. Did that get thrown out, right?
Yeah.
The rental car?
Thrown out.
Yeah.
Remember, there's a lot of charges that was thrown out. So also they didn't get, remember, it started out with 88 counts.
Okay.
And now it's down to, I think, 65, something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought it was 56 now.
Oh, it was 56. Okay, you know better than I do.
Yeah, I think it's 56.
How much time? Because Latanya keep asking me how much time is supposed to be. Because I know what the thing's taken out, so I don't know. She keep asking me this question: how much time is Young Thug looking at right now?
I don't want to do no time, really.
So how much time is he looking at?
Yeah, because with the other things taken out, so I don't quite.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, it is a good question.
I mean, but if
and I wasn't ignoring her, I just didn't know. I know the Rico carries up to 20 years, right?
Mm-hmm. And if they can throw all the count, he really need to worry about count one. If he can get past that, he'll be good.
That's the Rico.
Yeah.
Sylvia, do you think he's guilty or innocent?
Sylvia think he's innocent.
He's innocent because the law says he's innocent.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
He's innocent because he's innocent until proven guilty. He has not been proven guilty, so I'm gonna stick with that. Innocent.
Do you think R. Kelly was innocent or guilty?
I felt he was innocent on what they were charged for. The Rico, absolutely, he was innocent.
I say R. Kelly.
That's what I'm talking about. R. Kelly.
Yeah, that was some ridiculous.
Come on now.
I followed it a little bit, but I had the indictment and I read it, and then they had them, like slavery and all slavery and imprisonment, the Mann Act. And I said, what is this? The 1920s? Well, they were just trying to get him by any means necessary. But a lot of people cooperated against R. Kelly too. I know you was at the trial. Didn't a lot of people cooperate against him? Some of his enablers or handlers or whatever.
No.
My thing is, more than R. Kelly should have went to jail. If he was gonna go to jail, I think the parents should have went because they allow their kids to do this.
It's going to be interesting to see the outcome of this thing, man. And
Well, that hurt me with all.
I do know that if he beats this, man, it's gonna be crazy in Atlanta. It's gonna be a victory for the coaching, for the music. But I hope he sees this and takes heed to it, and everybody around him and anybody that may be really out there doing some wild stuff. I hope that anybody in his circle will see this as a second chance, and man, maybe them guys are doing about face and do something different with their lives. You know what
I
I'm
hope
saying?
a lot of them do, man, because if they can get together, man, they make better music together than they is going against each other.
No, they
I
weren't
would love to
kids.
see a lot of them cats. I would love to see a lot of them cats, instead of shooting up at one another, get into the mic and sing, man. Give us more music.
These guys out there living, man. They wild now. The rappers and like Young
And see
Thug.
that
I don't
there
know if he
go.
was.
That's the difference when rapping and ganging. So that's why I say I don't mind standing up there with the dude. That's why I said you made sense on what you said. That's what I was trying to say. Thug them is not. I mean, when them folks come up there and say yes, I'm gonna sign up with them, saying they fucking with the rap people when they doing that. But then, like I say, they gonna separate that part from what this circle thing doing. So I pray they get out of it, man.
Marvin, listen, you told 444 not to jump into another topic, and what you do? You jump
I
into
thought I was talking.
He went to R. Kelly.
I thought we were talking about Thug.
That's a fact, Sylvia. He went straight to R.
He
Kelly.
sure did. It's his look. But he's drinking. He's drinking.
I'm just gonna listen.
444 is good. He knows his stuff. Yeah, Steele's good. That dude Steele is a good lawyer. He is. He the one. He got all that stuff thrown out. I watched this. Go at them guys, man. He's good. I know a lot of that stuff he's gonna eat up, and he may eat up the bodies, the murders that's tied to it, because that's what they really want. They really want to, he may eat up the whole Young Thug is the leader, the top of the heap of the whole thing. He may eat that stuff up too. You know what I'm saying? If enough people hold him down, but this gonna be trial of the year.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Do you think it's gonna last 8 months, 9 months, like they said?
I hope not. I really hope not. But for the way they going right now, it probably be till next year. Because the way, I mean, how do you not start the closing? I mean, the opening argument already, and it's supposed to be here.
They haven't even selected the jury, right? Have they?
Yeah, they didn't even get through the first part of the hardship. They haven't even done that. You got a couple more groups. Yeah, you have the group that came on Thursday to come tomorrow. Then you have the group that came on Friday, come on Wednesday. You're not going to get through it. And then you got to go through the other process of doing the voir dire, where they ask them specific question to that person, they get to strike. So you still got that to go through.
So that's going to be another week then. You think?
More than another week. It's going to be a while. And they racking up that for this case.
So why didn't they only get through the first part today? What happened? What just took so long? What was?
It had one of the jurors had a couple of jurors had an issue, so they didn't tell what it was. So and then they couldn't put it on live, and they're not going to be live for a while this whole hardship is going on.
Are the cameras there though?
The news people are there, but they can't put cameras on the conversation and those things.
They can't turn the mics on or nothing.
But what they're going to probably do is show old stuff. None of the stuff that we have seen is being played right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. So that's why I'm bringing it to y'all.
But you had an eventful day in there today.
My God. Remember I was sending you the messages?
It was a lot of turmoil.
Yes. And some things I can't even say what I told you guys.
Well, give it to me. I'll say it on my channel. Okay. Yeah, I see it on my channel.
No,
Okay.
but no one came from me.
No, they won't.
There's nobody else there. How? Come on now.
I got a lot of connections. Well, not a lot, but I got a few connections down there in the A. You one of them, but I got a few.
But they weren't in the room.
I have them call in and say they was there. So let me ask you: do you think that this jury is going to be predominantly black?
It's a lot of people of there. A lot of people. A lot. The jurors, it's very diverse. I'm glad that it's very diverse. But the majority of the age range is middle age, but they got some young people in there too. Okay. But you don't know until they seat them. So even though I might say this, but you don't know who they're gonna pick. So we just hope. I don't know. They get
right. So don't they go through look at the questionnaires? Don't they interview potential jurors and ask them questions as well? And then
that's what
the prosecution say, "No, I don't want them," or the defense say, "No, not that person."
They're gonna do that. They're gonna do that. That's gonna take. I mean, they're gonna go through a series of different type of questions. They're gonna have them raise their hand and all this kind of stuff, and then after that, they're gonna narrow it down, keep narrowing it down each time.
Well, I would say it depends on how the mindset of some of those people. If they're predominantly black, they'll give Thug a chance as well. You know what I'm saying? If he up there with 9, 10 white people and 1, 2, or 3, 2 blacks, it's a wrap. But if he got a predominantly black jury, Atlanta's black, I think that'll help him out as well.
But you know what? I don't go by race anymore with these cases and trials, because I've seen some black people just do some nonsense stuff.
Really?
Yes. I don't go. It's not by the color anymore. And I think I think of the age range would be the thing. I think age would matter.
Yeah, the age
I think
range.
if they got a younger group who knows the music and understand it, I think those are the one who probably be more lenient towards him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because if you pick somebody like me or some where I don't know the music and I'm concerned about crime. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that's me, but I'm just saying somebody my age and concerned about what's going on in the neighborhood and believe there's this and that. That's going to be a hard road to travel on that one,
That's what I'm saying. And plus he's in his own venue. So, I mean, I think because that's what they say helped out the, even the OJ case. I don't want to get into the OJ case, but they say, that jury was predominantly black. That's kind of helped them. I don't know if it'll work now today, but in the 90s, 80s and stuff, that stuff mattered. So I think in Atlanta, if he got a predominantly black jury, I think that'll help him out a lot. I think it'll help him out
because
a lot.
it's music. It's music. You know what I mean? It's music.
Atlanta's a music town. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's music town. A lot of money comes through the music, and those guys. I guess I don't know if Thug does philanthropic work in Atlanta, or if he does a lot of charities and things like that.
He does a lot of charity. In fact, from what I was told, there was people that couldn't make bail, like before all of this even happened. He went down there to the to this area and he paid for several inmates a bail who could not make bail. And
They can't stop him.
What you say, Marvin?
Oh, I'm not talking to y'all. I'm sorry. I thought my thing was mute. I'm talking to my wife. Shit.
He does a lot of work in the community, so that's going to be another thing. That's going to be kind of people going to remember the good stuff.
Right. Yeah. See, you guys would know that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, sometimes you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right?
Yeah. See, what you going by is what the mass media is portraying.
No, I'm not. I'm going by. I don't look at the media.
So you're going by his songs?
I'm reading the indictment. I'm looking at the evidence. I'm looking at what's going on.
That's not evidence.
I'm talking to people that's kind of in the know of what's going on down there in the city who got the feet on the ground. You know what I'm saying? I got some inside information. I know some things about what's going on down there outside of the media and things like that. I'm looking at all of this stuff, man. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I ain't looking at the mainstream. The indictment.
Okay.
the length of the investigation, all the people that's cooperating against them, and the people that I know down there in Atlanta, man, that kind of knows, that's kind of in the know.
SMV TV said, "Man, you don't know nothing."
That's okay.
I don't know nothing either, so I'm good.
Yeah, that's all right. You know what I'm saying? But I have a right to my opinion on her. I can speculate, can't I?
Yeah, you can.
Man, that's what we up here for, right? Nobody knows until the verdict is read. Don't nobody know nothing.
Yeah.
Until we hear the verdict.
We don't know anything.
All of this is just conjecture and speculation. Get your panties out. Get your panties out of butt. Yeah, get your panties out your butt, bro. You'll be all right. They do the same thing on my channel. People be coming there, you don't know what you. I'm like, bro, it's just speculation, conjecture.
Like,
we talking.
Look, I'd be like, yeah, you're right. I don't know. You're right.
We got a right to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? It's public.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for his right, I say that because the defense haven't showed their evidence. Yeah, they haven't. I mean, I don't know, man. It's gonna be. That's why I want to be there. That's why I'm hoping I get that Rule 22. I want to be there. Yeah. I want to be right in the courtroom when everything goes down. I may not be there when the verdict is read, but I want to be there when, just to get the atmosphere, the feel of it, and what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
He says right, but all I'm saying is that Jeff fight his case, homie.
Yeah, he's a good lawyer. He's talking about the attorney, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. I knew he was good when he got that shit thrown out when I was looking at the case that day. That was before the cameras got cut off. I was watching the case. I was like, this dude is good. So he's good. He's a good attorney. He gonna eat a lot of that stuff up. That's why I want to be there and I want to see it.
But you know what? It's sad that they had to take the camera out because it helped people to understand. Now it's like you have to see it in like replay.
You got to see it in replay. They ain't doing because that damn prosecutor. I'm glad you cleared that up because a lot of people was blaming somebody else for that.
Who are they blaming?
Another YouTuber. For that.
They blame a YouTuber?
Yeah, for the cameras being turned off. I don't want to say his name, but a lot of people blamed the other person, somebody else, for the judge turning off the cameras. So I'm glad that turned out.
It wasn't the YouTuber it was the camera guy who happened to sit close to the prosecutor and that let the thing
had
out.
The mic hot. Yeah, he had the mic hot. Yeah,
open hot mic. And then now they have to scrub it to make sure nothing is said that's not, to check it out before they release it.
Yeah. So I'm glad that got cleared up. You know what I mean? Really, I'm glad that got cleared up right there. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, sis. That's my slow sister.
I was like, let me jump on real quick. Look, my butt. I got to jump on when I can jump on.
Yeah.
But yeah, like with the Young Thug stuff though, like I agree he is probably gonna do some time on some of the stuff, but I think that he has a good lawyer and he can get him off of some of the stuff. Like I think he's charged with like 8 counts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe half of that probably just depends, but I don't know. I think that's why they was getting everybody to plea out. Hey, plea out. We need witnesses. We need witnesses to say this, to say that. But when it comes to those type of witnesses, they'll do anything to get out of their crimes. You know what I'm saying? So I need to get out of this crime. I'm going to just go ahead and plea. Look at the probation. Look at how long the periods is of the probation.
You bump your toes the wrong way, you going in.
Hey,
I think one dude, he can't even be out after a certain amount of after a certain time, and then unless he's doing something with his kids or something like that. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be a very interesting trial. Very interesting.
Imagine you have to get permission to even go on vacation.
Yeah, a lot of them. I think the prosecutors knew what they were doing because a lot of them are gonna end up doing crimes again. You get what I'm saying? I mean, that's just their way. They don't know how to stay away from that type of life. So a lot of them are gonna go back to doing crimes, which they'll get jail time for anyways. Because once you mess with the probation, you're done.
Yeah, I think that. So, which would you prefer? Would you just actually, pick your poison? 15 years probation, or what was the suspended
Or
sentence?
test it, go to
30 years?
trial.
Or go to
Look,
trial, blow
I think
trial,
that's
and
why
get
some of them
30.
is like, forget it. I'm just gonna go try. But you know what? If you look at the people that's remaining, a lot of them are dealing with murder. You know what I'm saying? Murder and really big crimes. So a lot of them not gonna get plea deals. Young Thug, I don't think they're gonna offer him a plea deal. You know, I was saying that in the chat. Like, even though a lot of people think he should take one, I don't think they're gonna offer him one because they want him. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody else. They want him. They're not gonna let him plea, because if they let him plea, they really ain't got no case. He's the head person that they want.
Yes.
And it's because he has money and power. And money and power, they say, oh, that's just like, with Rico's, they originated with the gang, like the gangsters, you know what I'm saying? The mob and stuff. They wanted the head person when they started doing the Rico back in New York. That's where it originated from, right? So they wanted the head person, and now they're moving this stuff to states, and they're like, no, whoever has the most money is the person that we want. They're the one who created the enterprise. You know what I'm saying? Because they got the money, they got this. These gangs can't do this without them. And it's like, no, that's not true. But I get what you're saying, because they have money and power. So because they have money and power, it's like they the ones who passing it down. How can a person get off with murder? They can't hire a lawyer. So who's paying for the lawyer? The person at the top. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how that's how they're seeing it. Is he's the top person? That's who we want. I don't care if he didn't commit the crimes. I don't care if he didn't do this. We want him, and that's what it is. And that's why I think he's not going to be found guilty on a lot of stuff like they have the counts for. But some of the stuff they are going to get him on. Like I was saying in the chat, one of the lyrics they were using, they said the other dude that was sitting at his table that when they was actually going live, one of the dudes, they was like, well, he didn't even say nothing in the rap video. He was just there posted up. You know what I'm saying? And his lawyer was arguing it, like they're saying that because he was in the video, that he did the murder or whatever, because it was talking about, I guess, the murder that he supposedly had did. And it's like, well, he didn't say anything. He just wore a shirt, and supposedly the dude was the one who marketed his shirts and stuff, like the merchandise.
Okay, you talking about Miles Farley?
Yeah, I think that's who it is. I think that's the young dude that was at the table.
Yeah, with the afro.
Yeah, we want the little fro. Yep, the one that they played his audio from the jail.
Oh my God, he was talking.
Let
He
me
was saying too much.
let me tell you. Now, hold on. Let's talk about the jail call, right? So I could look at it two different ways, right? I could look at it the prosecutor's way, and I like how his attorney came in and said what he said. You know, I don't know if y'all watched it, but his attorney was like, he was talking about the stuff for me.
He was doing too much.
So he had two sweatshirts for him. And
yeah. But I can look at it that same way, because he was like, yeah, because one, how did they search this man's house and not find the things that they were supposed to find? You get what I was saying? Like, they literally searched his house and didn't find it. And then when he calls the girl, he's like, yeah, it's under here, get that or whatever, da. And it's like, okay, I can see old boy saying, he's not worried about the gun. He told her to leave the gun there.
But he also was talking about their relationship. He was cheating.
Hey, when I tell you, dude, hey, I'm telling you, I like that lawyer, because when I tell you that lawyer,
he's like, don't go through the phone. He said,
don't turn it on. Don't turn that
on, because, and then the prosecutor was like, he said, don't turn it on because they're gonna find it. And he's like, no, he don't want it turned on because she gonna go through it. I'm like, yo,
she turned that phone on.
The judge was funny about it, because the judge said, this is not trial. Like, don't argue with it.
He telling her to get rid of guns. I'm like, this dude is doing too much talking. God, that was when his attorney was trying to get him severed from the Rico.
No, he didn't tell him to get rid of the gun. He said that the other one, if it's underneath the bed, let it stay there.
But he was talking about the box because the box
Yeah.
apparently had the phone and a gun. You know what I'm saying? And he was like,
Yeah.
it's under the mattress. You know what I'm saying? Like you can tell he was trying to talk in code. You know what I'm saying? But the girl wasn't picking the shit up because he was talking and she was just like, what?
Because he never prepped her. He never prepped her. He never thought he was gonna end up in that situation. You know? He trying to speak Morse code on the fly. She trying to catch it, you know. That was
I was
hilarious.
like, what the fuck? Like, I'm telling you, man, it's some funny stuff in the case. But I agree with you getting like there's things that's not put out because there's sealed evidence. There's evidence that has not been put out to the public because of it being, you know, I guess they think, you know, whatever they think, but Young Thug lawyer did get some stuff, you know, thrown out, but they got, you also look at the prosecutor side. They was arguing to try to keep that in, and when they threw that out, you know, his phone and stuff, it's like that was a big win for him because they can't use that stuff.
That was a great victory.
That was a good win.
That was a big victory.
Look, good Golden Girl said in an interview, Thug said he was responsible for young rappers to come from the street selling drug and become rappers to make a legitimate can't even talk. Legitimate, I can't even say the word, money in
You spelled it wrong. She said litigate.
Yeah, she said litigate.
We're gonna sue the money. We're gonna sue the money. That's what we're doing.
I would say legit. You know what I was saying.
You meant
legitimate.
legit money.
Legitimate.
Basically.
Thank you. I keep getting tongue tied.
To make legit money, right?
My brain was saying legit.
But that's also like with the lyrics, because some of the lyrics they was reading did not belong to Young Thug. You know what I'm saying? Some of the lyrics that's put in there, it was not Young Thugs, it was other rappers. Young Thug, you know, let's say, who's to say that Young Thug wrote those lyrics? You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of these rappers have ghostwriters, you know? And that's something the defense is probably gonna argue when it comes to lyrics, because now with rappers, they don't write their own shit.
Is that true now?
Yeah, a lot of rappers do not write their stuff. They have ghostwriters. They have, if you ever look at the credits, like there's so many people that write their stuff. Like they have a piece of writing a rap for these people.
I know Drake does it, and Travis Scott that got a lot of writers. Drake and Travis Scott.
There's people in their camps that actually do the writing, and someone like I said, ghostwriters are not going to get credit for it. There's ghostwriters. There's a lot of ghostwriters, but like I said, that's something that can come out in trial, because just because he rapped it doesn't mean that he wrote it. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that the defense attorneys have on their side, especially if it is a ghostwriter that wrote that. That's going to help him on his part.
Yeah, that attorney's gonna eat that stuff up. The lyrics, the gang sign, he gonna eat that shit, that stuff up, man. He gonna eat that up. That's gonna be easy work for him.
Right. And that's why I say what I say when it comes to, I know people are like, you know, well, it was in an indictment and, you know, grand jury is always one-sided. You can't go, it's not like a defense is up there arguing it. It's always the prosecutors bringing what they have, saying, hey, this is what we gathered. Go ahead, can y'all indict this person? The grand jury more than likely is gonna like, okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and indict them. You know what I'm saying? But then when the defense and the lawyers see it, they're like, hold up, what? You know what I'm saying? And I was listening to y'all, this been going on since 2010. That's a long time.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know what they got, and usually a lot of the evidence they really got, it's not going to be in the indictment. It's going to come out in trial. Like a lot of the stuff that it's kept from the public. Like I remember that Tory Lanez made the Stallion case. They say what got him convicted is that damn phone call he made.
That phone call. Hey, I heard that phone call. That did it.
That did it right there. That did it for me.
Look, it did it for me. Because when I actually heard, I was like, wait a minute, what you apologizing for?
Like, I was like, okay. So there it go right there. That's how he got convicted. It was the damn, and then the interview that Kelsey did the night that it happened.
See, I didn't hear that one yet.
She did an interview, it leaked the night that it happened, and she spilled the beans. She spilled it all. That's where she actually said that he had a gun. He was firing the gun. She put it all out there. She buried him.
Right. That's crazy. I'm
still trying to figure out how come the residue was on her hand.
Well, look, this is how I see it.
Yeah.
Kelsey probably did shoot Meg, but Tori's not innocent either. Tori probably was shooting the gun off because he said he was drunk, he was wasted. He said all of them was drunk, and that like if you look at his charges, he got negligence. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for shooting Meg; it was negligence of a weapon. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he was shooting the weapon. You know, but like when you hear Kelsey, it's like, why did you even need immunity? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you need immunity from? Like, what was you lying about?
I don't know what it was, but she was smart to do it.
He sure was, because you see what happened, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But like I said, that phone call was telling to me. I was like,
yeah, the phone call was
yeah,
because think about when you drunk and then you don't remember half the stuff you do when you drunk, right? And you be like, damn, like what happened? Like, damn, man, I'm so sorry, man. I did not realize that. But you try not to incriminate yourself, but at the same, because you know you on a jail call. But at the same time, you just like, man, she'll probably never talk to me again. And,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
what hospital she at?
Right. And then Kelsey just made it look even more dumb to get on the stand and say she don't remember nothing, but you remember everything about Meg that night. You don't remember nothing about Tori, but you remember everything about Meg. It do kind of make it look like he tried to bribe you with $1 million and you probably took it.
He probably did.
You get what I'm saying? But, you know, that's how you can look at it. Like, it do kind of look like you took the $1 million.
Man, y'all all way off on another track.
But yeah, back, reeling it back in.
I was just, giving an example of when a trial happens and a guilty verdict happens. If you're at the trial, you see a lot of evidence that wasn't out in the public. It always happens where something is presented by the prosecution that lets you know, hey, this is what we got. I'm pretty sure they got a whammy. Right. That's what I'm saying, that they haven't told the public about.
Yeah.
They probably got a few whammies. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they definitely
surveillance or something like that. Phone calls, more phone phone taps.
Well, you got to remember with Rico, they just going to give you a list of certain stuff that they feel, okay, we could put this out to the public, but we're going to put this sealed shit over here. And this is the stuff that's going to come out in the trial.
Yeah. That's why I'm excited. Can't wait till the trial start. I can't wait.
Yeah, I heard it's going to be like February by the time trial
starts.
That's
what I heard. I heard February too.
Most likely will be. If they get through this week and next week, maybe it'll move closer to like the end of the last week of January, hopefully. But I heard it's gonna be second week of February.
But you know what, Sylvia, also when it comes to the recording, and I think one of the main reasons they stopped the live, as you remember the very last live where the attorneys, like after everybody left out, the defendants left out and stuff, and the attorneys were like, we need the state's list of people that took plea deals. And they were like, the state was like, well, we don't have to get that to y'all right now. We can get that to you like right before trial. And then the lawyer was like, but why wait till trial when it's already been put out on social media and stuff? Like everybody's watching it. Everybody already know who took plea deals, and y'all don't want to give us the list for what? Like even the defendants probably sitting in jail watching TV knowing who took plea deals.
Yeah.
So I think that was a main thing when they brought that up and said, everyone's watching it. Y'all recording it live for everybody to see. I think that also played into them not wanting to record it no more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Man, I'm so mad about that.
I know.
And it was so good, wasn't it?
Man, I was tuned in every day. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to 11 Alive and go watch this, or I'm gonna go to Law, or I'm gonna go to Law.
It was
but
good.
You can see it afterwards now. You can see it after.
Well, I've been trying to find them. I don't see anyone.
Right now they're not showing any because they're doing the hardship for the jurors. Anything having to do with the jurors before they pick, they're not going to show it.
Yeah. Well, that's understandable too, because you don't want to. Is it a sequestered jury?
No, it's not sequestered. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, it's gonna be interesting. I'm not even gonna lie. The trial's gonna be interesting.
The thing is, okay, they're saying, because the defendants are dressed down now because they don't wear all that shackled uniform stuff anymore, right? But you got a whole bunch of police with big machine guns that's still prejudice. You get what I'm saying? They're showing, okay, this must be some dangerous people here.
Yeah.
So you're still trying to portraying them as big time gang banging and they're gonna get you, that type of attitude.
Like they're gonna come and break them out.
Yeah.
They're gonna come rush the gates.
Yeah, but
Knock
that's
the
why I
gate
came on
down.
here. I'm gonna jump down back into the chat, y'all.
Yeah, but
All
I'm
right.
about to end
All
anyway.
right, Queen Ratchet. Nice to meet you. All right,
Well,
Sylvia, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being up here. I appreciate you.
Yes.
And look, I may be slipping some things over to you.
Thank you. Hey, and I will spill it. I'm gonna go get me something to eat. I wanted to rock out with you, man. Come support you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the support, and I'm gonna support you just the same. Here we are. Let's go.
Thank you, Getty.
All
All
right,
right, guys. We're about to end now. So thank you everybody for being here. We had a excellent. Thank you to my panel guests. Thank you for smile. Thank you, Miss Dallas. Thank you, Getty. Thank you, Miss Ratchet Randa, and thank you, my good old friend Melvin. Melvin or Marlon? Melvin, right? Melvin. See? All right, guys. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Whatever nuggets that I could pull out, I'll bring it in. Have a good one. Good night.